We were so happy. Nothing could tear us apart. I was 16, you were 15, but it didn't matter. We felt like we were the only two people that did matter. 2 hours from me, a long distance relationship, but the miles didn't stop us. I was 2 hours from home, but when we talked, the distance, it didn't exist.
I love you.
Then, suddenly, everything between us had started to shift. Little cracks in the road that I couldn't put my finger on. But that night was different. It was 10:30 on a Saturday night. We were laughing, watching some movie we'd probably already seen a dozen times. It felt almost normal. Then your mother called for you, loud and angry. You rolled your eyes, paused the movie, kissed me, and headed upstairs. A few minutes of muffled yelling, then nothing. The kind of silence that doesn't feel right. The kind that lingers too long. Like you're in a ghost town. I waited. 5 minutes. 10. Then I went upstairs. Your mother was alone in the kitchen, drinking straight from a bottle of whiskey. I looked around. Another empty bottle sat on the counter. "Where is she?" I asked. She didn't answer. Just took another long drink. Finally, she slurred, "She's grounded, and you need to go to bed." I stared at her, waiting for her to say more. She didn't. Back downstairs, I grabbed my phone. Called you. It rang and rang. No answer. I tried again. Nothing. So I texted. Once, twice, 3 times, 4. Nothing. I tried to sleep, but something felt wrong. My stomach twisted, a heavy, sinking feeling. I turned white. I called again. No answer. That was it. I crept back upstairs. Your mother was gone now. Nowhere in sight. I stepped quietly to your door, tried the handle. Locked. But I knew you had a jack into a bathroom. I slipped into the other bedroom, then into the bathroom, and there you were, on the floor. Pills everywhere, white as a ghost. I gasped, rushing towards you, dropped to my knees. Checked your pulse, faint, checked your breathing, barely there. My heart pounded, my hands shook, I didn't know what to do. I ran out of the room, straight to your mother's door, banged on it, over and over. She finally answered, drowsy and swaying. "She's dying," I choked out. She blinked slowly, taking another sip from a bottle. "She's been doing this since she was 12. If she doesn't make it, she doesn't." Then she shut the door in my face. I stood there for half a second, stunned. Then I ran back to you. I forced myself to think, to move. My fingers fumbled as I dialed.
911, what's your emergency?
She's dying. Please, send help.
Sure. Who's dying? What happened?
My girlfriend. Please, I need her.
Help is on the way.
I kept checking your pulse, slower, fainter. I couldn't wait. I scooped you up, carried you downstairs. My feet barely touched the steps. A few minutes later, flashing lights cut through the rain outside. I threw the door open, screaming for help. The paramedics rushed in, lifted you onto a stretcher, strapped an oxygen mask to your face. "What happened?" Officer Shelton asked. "Where are her parents?" I couldn't speak. I just cried as the officer held me. Then I saw your phone on the floor. I picked it up and I called your dad. "It's Xavier. Something happened. I'm so sorry." He didn't ask questions, just said he was on his way. In the ambulance, they tried everything. Your heart stopped. They worked on you, but you were a ghost. At the hospital, the emergency room pronounced you dead. Your dad and I were still driving, both his hands clutching the wheel, rushing to get there. We had no idea. Then, somehow, your heart started beating again. By the time we arrived, the doctors told us what had happened. I collapsed to the floor, sobbing. Your dad stood still, tears in his eyes. They sedated you. We stayed by your side for hours, waiting. The next morning, you were admitted to the psychiatric wing. Your dad drove me home 4 hours, round trip. Neither of us spoke much.
You're so... I'm not dumb.
After that, we tried. God, we tried. But we were never the same. The little cracks in the road turned into holes. The summer of us turned into the summer of ghost. The silence slipped away, leaving just the ghosts of us.